swear to God, this fragrance does something to me. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Luke and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Ford Soleil Blanc EDP. Now in this video I'm going to be breaking down the fragrance in terms of first impressions, the notes, performance, longevity and overall my thoughts, so stick around and let's crack on. Soleil Blanc was first launched back in 2016, so around 5 years ago now. And its notes are, and I do have to apologise because I'm going to be looking off screen for this because my memory is like a fish and I haven't memorised all the notes, so here we go. The top notes are pistachio, bergamot, cardamom and pink pepper. Middle notes are tuberose, ylang ylang and jasmine, and then the base notes we have coconut, amber, tonka bean and benzoin. Benzoin or what? Yeah. However you pronounce it. So back in 2015, 2016, I was obsessed with the Tom Ford fragrance house. Every time he brought something out, and it was just like a constant thing, and it was just it was an expensive time, I've got to say. But I was in Manchester and I was in Trafford Centre, Selfridges, and I think it was like February, it was like months before Soleil Blanc was due to be released. And I just basically said to the person working behind the counter, oh, have you got a sample of like Soleil Blanc? I know it's not out. I just did it like off the off chance. And she said, yeah. So anyway, she let me smell it and oh my God. When I first smelled it, it was like I was immediately transported to somewhere really, really hot. It was like, you know, when you get that hit and that wave of that summer air, like when you step off a plane and you know that you're in a hot country, it was just like that kind of feeling. It's kind of like when you just, you know, on a beach, rum and coke in one hand, sunglasses on, your short shorts, acting all bougie, classy, like trying to be someone, just living your best life. And that's definitely the kind of feeling that I got when I first smelled Soleil Blanc. It just smelled really, really expensive and classy, and it's almost kind of like a top of the range sunscreen, sun cream, lotion kind of vibe, but in all the right ways, I've got to say. And it makes me feel like, because I'm based here in the UK, it makes me feel like I'm being transported somewhere like Amalfi, Saint-Tropez, just somewhere really exotic but really bougie. So Soleil Blanc starts with a fresh burst of the bergamot and pink pepper notes, which when blended together, it sort of dries down into a much more warmer, creamier, softer kind of fragrance, and then it just feels like summer captured within a fragrance. The tonka bean and the coconut notes then create a vanilla-y type of feel, which just makes it feel a little bit warmer, and it adds a hint of muskiness to it as well, which then makes Soleil Blanc just feel like a sexy, summery type of scent. The longevity of Soleil Blanc lasted around 5 to 6 hours, which given the price tag is slightly disappointing, but I'll mention that later on in the video. And in terms of the projection, it was kind of, I would class it as light to medium. But having said that, I feel like it's just a good excuse, because I just love the fragrance. Just a good excuse to keep spraying it on throughout the day, and it's just kind of like a double-edged sword because of the price, but because of how much I love it. In my eyes, it's still kind of worth it just because of that scent. And now for the price. So for 50ml, last time I looked, by the way, it was literally 2 weeks ago, but with the way that the world is at the minute and like the prices going up, inflation, blah 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 blah, who knows, but I will give the most accurate pricing just here so you can see. But the last time I looked, it was £174 for 50ml, and then for the 100ml it is £254, which, yeah, is quite a big jump. And there's also the EDP version of it, which is, I've smelled it, it's a little bit too light for me, and it lasted literally about 2 to 3 hours, so kind of half what this fragrance does here, which is the EDP, Eau de Parfum. And but if you are wanting, if you still do like this scent, but you're wanting it at a much lower price, then the last time I looked, it was £85 for 50ml and then £120 for 100ml. So again, price wise it is better, however it is a big difference in terms of the sillage and the projection and the longevity. So just kind of make up your mind about it if that's something that you want. And there we have it, my review. I know it was only a brief short one, but that's kind of how I like fragrance reviews to be. I can't be arsed listening to a whole waffle. Just get to the point, give me the notes, tell me if you like it or not, and why should I try it. And I hope that this video, I've done that for you guys. So if you're somebody that likes a warm, creamy, vanilla-y, sexy, bougie, summery kind of scent, then Soleil Blanc is definitely worth checking out. If you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll try to do more fragrance reviews. And if there's anything from the Tom Ford collection that you want to know more about, let me know and I'll crack on with it. And thanks for watching. See you next time.